Hey yo hey, I'm Ashley and this is for Dizzy Birds. On this channel, we use a zero-based budget, cash stuffing, and savings challenges that actually make saving fun. If you're new to our channel, my husband and I both work full-time jobs. We've got two awesome boys, two crazy corgis, and a little kitty named Olive, and a life that never slows down. So staying on top of our money has to be simple and attainable. We have big goals. We want to get out of debt, we want to get ahead on our bills, and ultimately totally transform how we think about money. If you're ready to take control of your finances one paycheck at a time and maybe have a little fun doing it along the way, you're in the right place. Today's video is very exciting. Today is New Year's Day, the very first day of 2026. And before we can move into 2026, we need to wrap up 2025. So today's video will be our December 2025 roundup. We're going to see how much we saved for the month of December and allocate that money out where it belongs, and that will be very exciting. So grab your favorite drink, your favorite snack. What day is it? It's Thursday. It's New Year's Day. Happy 2026. I hope y'all had a wonderful New Year's Eve, whatever you did. I did stay up reading a book I was enjoying very much. My husband, on the other hand, fell asleep early. I do believe he is sick. I think he has a cold. So he is not feeling super swell. The little Finn, fell asleep on the couch watching the New Year's festivities on TV. So it was a pretty quiet and chill New Year's Eve in our house, kind of exactly how I like it. But I hope you all woke up to a happy new year. I'm excited. I've got big plans for 2026. My family has big plans for 2026. I'm also very excited to share some of those goals and plans with you in a very soon upcoming video. But as I mentioned in the intro, before we can get started on 2026 and start that off right, we need to wrap up 2025. So my favorite video every month is the Roundup video. So we are going to get our Save to Sync folder here. She's gotten kind of thick, and we are going to count up everything that we were able to save or complete in the month of December. So not all of these were started in December, but they were completed in December. Each thing should be allocated out to something, and if it's not, we will decide today where it's going to be allocated. We'll add it all up and determine where we're supposed to put the money. Okay, so let's see. We have a pretty good stack here of completed challenges. Let's start by counting how many we completed in December. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and 32. Oh my goodness. I got to get my little notepad here so we can keep some notes. So 32 completed challenges in the month of December. Y'all, considering that we have to save so much for Christmas as we were behind, that's a pretty good number. I am not sad about that. 32 completed challenges for December. All right. Now, again, some of these started before December. It's just what we're able to complete. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look at each one and determine what they were allocated for. I'm going to try to make categories here, which I've just made a mess of my desk, and we're going to decide how which categories are getting the money based on what we wrote on the back. So starting here with this one, for $8 going to holidays. Okay. And this one here is going to debt. Month ahead, yay! Those are our favorites. We're going to set those over here. So you get to put those right into the month ahead. There's another holiday. Fur babies. Debt. Holidays. Month ahead, yay! Okay, we'll add all these up individually here. Eating out. This one is Christmas. We're going to put that in holidays. Eating out. This one is self-care. Little birds. Self-care. Emergency fund. We haven't seen one for that one in a while. Christmas goes to holidays. Eat out. Right here. Little birds. Right here. Holidays. Oh, good. That stack needs to be a little bit thicker. We did have a little bit of overspending. Fur babies. I believe that's here with our cat. Yep. As much as I hate to admit it, we did have a little bit of overspending, which we'll talk about when we do our first budget video. There's another holidays. This is emergency fund. So we're going to have to get creative. There's another month ahead. Ooh, we're going to have fun in that month ahead binder here in a little bit. We will take care of that one today as a part of this video. Little birds. Ooh, this is 25 days of Christmas. We're going to put that in holidays because we didn't have that allocated. Self-care. Emergency fund. Self-care. This one is for eating out. Yep. And this one didn't have an allocation. We're going to put it to holidays. All right. Okay, so we have a category here for little birds, our fur babies, self-care, eating out, debt, and emergency fund are down here, and this is holidays. Now, typically, we would allocate all of these out to these categories. But as I mentioned before, I had a little bit of overspending in the holidays category, so I need to make sure once I've added this up that we don't need to borrow from some of these other areas in order to cover our overspending. I really didn't want to have that happen this year, but it is what it is, and we have to make sure that we're keeping track of that, and if we make mistakes, we just have to take responsibility for them. So let's go ahead and add up the holidays category, and let's see how much we saved with minis and tinies and our 25 days of savings for this category. Up first, we got $20. Oop. We'll put these in the back. I add that to my 5, 10, 15, and 20. So that is correct. Plus 48 is 25 days of savings. 20, 40, 45, 46, 47, and 48. Those of y'all that played along with the 25 days of savings, I hope you enjoyed it, but it was kind of a weird little number, wasn't it? All right. Did we add that already? Goodness, my brain. I don't think we did. Yeah, we did. 20 plus 48. Yes, we did. Okay, up next, $14. 5, 10, 12, 13, 14. All right. So we need to give a spot for our 2s in case we have some more hiding in there. Okay. All right, up next, $20. 5, 10, 15, and 20. All right, up next, 12. These little ones do add up quickly. 5, 10, 11, and 12. All right. Plus 9. 5, 7, 8, 9. Plus another 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Plus 24. That was a good one. 5, 10, 15, 20, 22, 23, 24. Making a mess over here. And then our last one is 8. All right, $8, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So just with minis and tinies in our 25 days of savings, we saved an additional $164 for holidays. And I'm just making a note over here so I can keep track of what belongs in each category since I am condensing all the money down. Okay, so $164 saved for holidays. Let's do this is an emergency fund. Yes, it is. Let's do emergency fund. All right, emergency fund starts out with 40. Zero is starting to want to not work. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and 40. Those are trying to stick together. $40 plus 20. 5, 10, 15, and 20. All right, and then plus 30. All right, so $90. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. $90 for emergency fund. All right, next up we will count the minis for debt. This is intended to go towards our debt binder, which we were not working on in December, but could still go towards a debt payment. So up first is 24, 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. We are definitely, spoiler alert, definitely going to be hitting that debt hard and the emergency fund hard in 2026. So another $32, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and 31, 32. All right, plus last one is $16. 5, 10, 15, and 16. All right, so for debt, we had a total of $72 additional payment saved. That's pretty awesome. All for minis and tinies. Seems like they don't make a huge difference, but they really, really do. All right, let's look at this one is for little birds. This is the category we save for both of my boys, anything they need at school, just little things that come up, maybe meal accounts in the cafeteria. Just never know what you're going to need it for. So the first one is $24, 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. All right. And they got another $24 here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 22, 23, and 24. So if you're new to my channel, obviously you can tell I'm using prop dollars, but these prop dollars all represent money that is already saved in my bank account in a bucket. So I have a savings challenge bucket. So when I set aside money to put towards any challenge, it goes into that bucket until it hits this point, and I have a certain amount. So I'll have the amounts here to pull out of the bucket and put into the appropriate savings sinking fund. So that's how I work with the prop dollars, and that's how I keep track of what money is going where. All right, an additional $6 right here, and these fives are already filling up. You might have to start into the second one. So that means for little birds, they got a total of $54. And that's a nice little buffer for them. I never know. They're always doing some sort of fundraiser or activity that we weren't expecting. So it's nice to have that little bit. Okay, up next, we're going to do fur babies. We changed this to fur babies to be inclusive of our little Olive, our new kitty. First up is 19. So 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Okay, $19 for fur babies. We'll use this for food, vet appointments, anything that comes up. Fur babies also got $32. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 31, and 32. All right. So the total for fur babies is $51. $51 for the fur babies. All right. We're getting down to the last few categories. This one is self-care. Use this for nails, for hair appointments, and also for the boys' haircuts. All right. $15. 5, 10, and 15. 20. 5, 10, 15, and 20. $6. There's our 6. All right. And our last one is another $6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. So the total for self-care this month is an additional $47. We do budget a certain amount for this every week regardless, but it's nice to have that little buffer. It always seems like the boys need haircuts when I hadn't planned on it. I don't know if their hair grows funny or if I'm just not doing a good job of keeping track. But it's definitely nice to have that buffer. Okay, next is our category for eating out. Always depleted, always, so we always need more. All right, $30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. 13. 5, 10, 11, 12, and 13. All right, plus 8. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Plus 6. 5 and 6. And then finally plus another 6. All right, 5 and 6. And don't worry, I will count this whole amount at the end to make sure that we got the amounts correct. But I will fast forward through that. Okay, so that's $63 for eating out. That's a nice buffer. Unfortunately, this is one of those areas that I think I'm going to have to pull from because that is one of the areas that we overspent in over the holiday break. So it is what it is, but at least we get to see what we saved. Okay, finally, perhaps my favorite is month ahead. The reason why this is my favorite is because we never spent this and we always get to put it straight into the month ahead binder, and the end of the month boost like that helps to move that binder along the fastest, and it's just fun to watch. All right, so month ahead, this one is going to be 12, 5, 10, 11, and 12. Plus 32. That's a good one. 32, 5, 10. Ooh, that was stuck together. 15, 20, 25, 30, 31, and 32. And last but not least, another 32. And that is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and 32. Fingers are dry today, and then these dollar bills are wanting to stick. Okay, so that is a total of $76 for month ahead. Exciting. That means $76 is going into that binder today during this video. I promise. Okay, so let's take a quick look here And how much we saved total: 164 for holidays, 90 for emergency fund, 72 for a debt payment, 54 for little birds, 51 for fur babies, 47 for self-care, 63 plus for eating out, and then 76 for the month ahead. So if we did this right, and our calculator did us right, we saved a total of $617 for the month of December. What I'm going to do, as I mentioned, is I'm going to fast forward and count again just to be sure, because my fingers have been sticky. I don't want to get in a situation where I missed some money. Okay, so I will fast forward. All right, we counted it all again. It came up with 617, so we did do that correctly. So I'm going to put all of this back here in my cash tray so that you guys can see the finished product. It is a project, isn't it? It's a project. All right, so we had quite a bit of fives. That will explain why we ran out of fives of our Christmas prop dollars while we were playing. All right, and 2 20s. So in total, we saved $617, 32 completed challenges for the month of December. And then before we wrap everything up today, we need to do $76 towards month ahead. So I am going to take $76 here and trade it in for some not Christmas money, because I do want to have not Christmas money in the month ahead binder. Okay, so there's 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, and we just need to find a dollar bill that is not a Christmas dollar bill. Oh, there's a cute little corgi. 76. Okay. So we're pulling just $76 from this total amount. The rest will be allocated where it needs to go, either for overspending or for its allocated sinking fund. So $76, 20, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, and 76. All right, y'all. That means we get to take that 76 into our month ahead binder. All right, let's kind of refresh. If you're new to this, this is a snowball method for getting a month ahead on our utility bills or our household bills. We're saving for 10 categories. We've completed 1, 2, 3, 4, and we are working on pest control and the remainder of this binder. Now, what we needed here, let's see what we had. 20, 40, 60, 70, 72, 73. So we have $73 of the 100, which is our goal. All right. So 100 minus 73 means we need only $27 to completely finish this category. So we're going to get $27. 25. I'm going to have to get some change here. Okay. So I'm taking 22 and I'm putting the rest of that 5 here. All right. Now, let's double check to make sure I did my math correctly. And we'll also condense down once we have it all lined out properly. Okay, so if we did this correctly, we should have $100 in pest control. 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 95, 97, 98, 99, and 100. Okay, so we can just go ahead and trade all of this in for another 20. to have an equal 100. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this one will be done. And that's exciting. And we're going to color in the rest of these icons and get a fully funded slip in there. So, and you'll see the month ahead binder come back out. It comes out on many Mondays. So you'll get to see how the process works normally. But normally it's $3 per envelope, so a total of $30 per week. But once a category is completed, it gets a fully funded slip here. It gets skipped, and its $3 gets to go to the next available envelope. So the snowball is really snowballing now. Okay, so we've fully funded now 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, let's check and see what we have in our next category, which is subscriptions. Let's see how much we have in there. We have 20, 40, 50, 52, 53, 54. $54 currently in there. Our goal is 100. So we need $46. Let's see. Do we have it? 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and 46. We actually have enough to finish 2 categories today. That is so exciting. 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46. Okay, let's add all this in and make sure we did our math correctly and that we have it covered. We should have $100 total in this envelope before we close it out. Wow. 20, 40, 50. Oh, 20, 40, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 97, 98, 99, 100. That is $100. We're going to trade in this 20 here for a $20 bill. And there we go. We have $100. What just happened? I must have grabbed the wrong. Let's see, what did I do? What did I do with the other 20? Losing my mind. Okay, well, hopefully I didn't short myself. Let's think back on this. Okay, so $46 is all we needed in there. Plus, we had a total of 76. So 76 minus 46. 76 minus 46 means we had 30. And I think we, oh goodness, I'll have to watch back to make sure I didn't cheat. Don't think I did, but I'll double check it. All right, so we are finishing out the rest of this. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and we had a few extra dollars already in there, so total of $50 and $100 going into subscriptions. I will watch this back to make sure I didn't short myself. If I did, I'll find $20. But we have fully funded yet another. So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 fully funded. That leaves only 4 categories left in our month ahead binder. So we're going to put an additional $3 in here that we have left over to electricity as just a little boost. Let's see, that would make this 20, 40, 50, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, and 57. 57 divided by 9, which is how much each one of those icons cost. Which means we should have 6, which we do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we don't get to color anything else. That was just a little extra boost. Now, when we get started next week on our mini Mondays, we will start here with electricity because all the rest are fully funded. And this also means that 6 times 3, that means, $18 additional dollars will go into this one. So we're going to start to see that snowball go quickly. 18 plus 3, the normal ones. That means this one's going to get $21 the next week alone. And then the rest will continue getting 3 until this one is fully funded. It makes more sense when you see it from start to finish. So if you haven't checked it out, you can check it out on my mini Monday videos to see the progress we've made so far. All right, y'all, I couldn't be happier. That's exciting. We finished 2 categories in our month ahead binder. We did some did save a total of $617 for the month of December, a total of 32 completed challenges. What a wonderful way to wrap up 2025. I do have some big goals and some plans, and I'm working very hard today and tomorrow on getting those ready to share with you. So be watching because we'll have another bonus video, our 2026 goals, and I will introduce you the binders and the games that we're going to be playing. So I hope you'll catch that. Thanks for watching. If you did, give me a like and a comment below. Tell me how your New Year's was. What did you do for New Year's? Did you do what we did, pajama pants, and fall asleep early, or did you go out and have a good old time? I love to hear what everybody does for the new year. I will see you in the next one, y'all. Until then, you hang in there.